Sea, sun, white sand, what could possibly go wrong? But beaches aren't just about relaxation. Unexpected situations, funny mishaps, and surprising encounters with marine life all happen here all the time. Watch our new episode to the end and see the brightest and most unpredictable moments that unfolded right on the shore. Let's go! The jump from the boat to the shore was supposed to be graceful, but reality said no. The step gave way, and now her clothes are a soaked banner.
Okay. You're gonna have to let go. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Opening a beach cafe sounds romantic until the first storm turns your dream into splinters. If the pufferfish puffed up, it's not just annoyed, it seriously considers that driver a threat. Not everyone would dare take a dip here, but watching the water's movement is a joy any traveler can enjoy. Surprising birds haven't already swarmed here. This spot looks like it's begging to host a grand feast. Competition pushed him to find a unique way to draw attention to his goods, and his approach was anything but ordinary. Let's be honest, many dream of spending a beach vacation just like this, buried in sand, mind switched off, and simply enjoying the moment. Not even Olympic champions swim this synchronously. Summer heat sparks creativity. Swimming now happens not only in rivers and lakes, but in improvised backyard pools too. It feels like the sea spilled its treasures right at your feet. Where else can beauty be found in every single step? These tiny turtles just entered the world and already they know the way to the ocean. Nature's call is impossible to ignore. Trying to escape predators, the fish rushed into shallow water, only to find another threat waiting: hungry birds. With that kind of team on board and power under the hood, the real question is, will the jet ski survive? People come to Maho Beach not for solitude and loungers, but for roaring engines overhead and footage you'll want to replay again and again. On a trip like this, it's not just the stunning views you appreciate, but the adrenaline rush when the waves play and the wind whistles in your ears.
Aqua.
When dozens of giant turtles suddenly swarmed the beach in the morning, tourists' jaw dropped, and not from the heat. Someone clearly went overboard with creativity in plastic, staging a fake XXL fauna tide. There's a magical spot in Bali. It looks like paradise, but in reality, it's Russian roulette with waves. One wrong step, and you're filming your own underwater thriller. Someone should have shouted back, but they seem to mistake the beach for a water park. A wave isn't a friend, it's hardcore without instructions or guarantees.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
As if sharks in the water weren't enough, South African sands had cobras lining up. With that combo, you're afraid to even buy travel insurance. A wave crawled out of the water, but something was moving inside it, and that something definitely wasn't a surfer. Locals stood in silence, even a crocodile would have paused. When a wave as tall as a truck approaches, better to find cover than a pretty angle. Those who stayed with a camera got the shot, those who followed instinct got a lifetime. These daredevils tried to tame the wave, but turns out it didn't want to be saddled. Still, not a risk worth taking. Umbrella on the runway, the wind gave it a launch, and it flew like it had a business class ticket. Luckily, a quick guy reacted faster than the weather forecast. Seafoam covered Australian beaches like someone spilled a giant cappuccino and frothed it into madness. Could you handle it like this brave soul? While tourists splashed in the waves, a bear carried out a stealth op, snuck into a tent and stole food as if it had dinner reservations. A young man drew on the sand like an artist with a brush, only his brush was a rake and his canvas miles of beach. From a drone, it looked like a message to the gods in a bold wow style. People on the boardwalk were waiting for a show and got a fiery explosion that pounded in their temples. Beautiful, loud, dangerous, like a party you weren't invited to. First, the thrill of flight, then a leap into the sand like he was rehearsing a dramatic beach party entrance. A car tried to be brave, but the ocean wasn't impressed. It began slowly but surely pulling the vehicle in like it had found a new friend. Two pelicans froze on the pier, staring into the distance with open beaks as if awaiting enlightenment, or maybe just finding their zen. A tandem flight over azure waters like a romantic getaway for two, only with adrenaline 20 meters in the air. This sea creature clearly wasn't expecting guests. It surfaced, glanced at the girl with the board, and dove back down. Didn't want to ruin its mood. Who would have thought the beach isn't just for umbrellas and loungers, but also a racetrack for beach Formula 1? When the waves start glowing with the tide, the beach turns into a cosmic show stage, no tickets required.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
A cliff dive into the water, beautiful, dramatic, and the video will make your friends jealous. Just don't forget to give your heart a medal for surviving the stunt. Sometimes it feels like nature is just showing off. Look what I can do! And create something that drops jaws straight into the sand. Everything's calm until something wet, alive, and clearly moody spits out of the sand near the shore. Who knew the beach was full of surprises? A night beach, fire, friends, and a glowing tide, like stepping into the most beautiful dream, and all of it filter-free, just pure happiness. Fishing went well, if by well you mean soaked sneakers, drenched clothes, zero fish, and a wave-induced adventure. At least the rod's intact and the stories for life. A building launches into the air under the stunned gaze of onlookers, and the beach becomes a front row balcony, spectacular, loud, and slightly unsettling. The water decided to break the rules and storm the beach like an angry party crasher. Now everyone's swimming, looking for their flip-flops. After a strong storm, the beach turns into a museum of strange finds. The sea throws out anything and everything. The guys were digging with such enthusiasm it seemed they were trying to reach Australia from the other side. Sadly, the security guard with a shovel full of rules got there first. He tossed some food into the water and instantly summoned a local underwater assembly. Judging by the response, the Shoreline Cafe is open and wildly popular. The fisherman caught a fish so big and heavy, even loading it onto a vehicle turned into a serious challenge. A massive whale was stranded ashore, helpless and heavy like guilt toward nature. Luckily, people can have big hearts too. A bird hovered motionless in the sky, frozen like a video game glitch. Even the wind seemed confused. Who are you and how are you doing that? The water is eroding the shoreline with such force, it's like it wants to redesign the landscape. A little more, and no one will be strolling there anymore. A girl floats through the sea in a transparent kayak like in a fairy tale, except the fish below are definitely not background extras. They want likes too, by the way. The wind didn't show up as a guest, but as a prankster, yanking umbrellas, stealing towels, and giving everyone a trendy hurricane hairstyle. It had a blast. While the owner naps peacefully under the sun, the dog goes on a gastronomic tour of his pizza. Well, can't let good food go to waste in the heat. Fighter jets tear through the sky above the sea. The noise makes your heart do a somersault while your eyes take selfies. It's terrifying, beautiful, and gives you chills down your spine. The fishermen were waiting for a bite and got a visit from a water terminator. When the fish of your dreams comes to you, it's both a reason to celebrate and panic. A dog on a surfboard with its owner, a postcard-perfect picture until the wave played bowling. One lost shot, one gained adventure. A swarm of living shells crawls along the shore. They actually move. Kinda cute, until you imagine them marching toward your tent at night.
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
The octopus approached her like a lover, but the moment she touched it, it changed its mind. Maybe not her type, or just not into physical contact. A whale was injured and stranded on shore, and it took machinery worthy of a megastructure project to help, a tracked giant like a transformer on a rescue mission. This dog clearly found its zen, sitting on the sand, watching the waves, seemingly meditating deeper than you ever did in yoga. Who's teaching who to let go of thoughts now? An army of volunteers and a drum sieve, beach cleanup just hit a whole new level. After this kind of effort, even a grain of sand would say, "Thanks for finding me." A polar bear on the beach already sounds like a Matrix glitch, and now he's flirting with a dog? What's next, a seagull on a snowboard? From a drone, it looks like a dream postcard. Turquoise water, sand, calm surface, and toothy creatures below, like guards of this beauty. Gorgeous, but not exactly swim-inviting. The sky darkens, the wind holds its breath, but on the beach, it's a philosophical club on towels. Nature says run, but they're probably debating where the coffee's cheaper. Sure, the guy's grown up, but every move still carries that childhood spark. He didn't lose it along the way. An excavator floating like it's the most normal thing, and not one boat objects. When a machine's a beast, it can do whatever it wants. A massive ship turns just meters from the shore, and people are casually lounging, munching on seeds. Either they've got nerves of steel, or it's just vacation, sacred and untouchable. These two didn't walk past a turtle the size of a suitcase full of vacation dreams, but they managed and sent her back into the blue wild. Step on what looks like an ordinary shell and out pops something with claws and a serious back-off mood. Nature loves its surprises. He's not just surfing, he's dancing on the waves like Poseidon himself gave him the green light, clearly living his best life and not planning to come ashore anytime soon. When the fish is bigger than you, first comes the souvenir photo, then shock, and then the question, now where do I load this thing? Several sea creatures got washed ashore at once. Now the puzzle is how to help them all get back to the depths. He tossed a can and got an 8-legged tenant in return, so before you litter, imagine your trash turning into a suction cup roommate. These four are true beach royalty. In mermaid tales, full of pride and humor, they're clearly turning more heads than any surfer girls. It was funny, of course. The girl thought she could climb over the branch and paddle on her board, but not so fast. A walrus sprawled out in a boat like he booked the spot in advance, gazing at the world with philosophical calm while you procrastinate behind your office desk. Now there's a vacation. When the canoe creaks at launch and you're already expecting disaster, just know these two made your day. Even pushing didn't help, they stayed exactly where they were. This sea giant decided he's a kitten today. Belly up, dreamy eyes, just don't forget to scratch him or he'll take offense. Two sharks put on a real show in the water, either a date with brawling features or a marine extortion. Beachgoers held their breath, watching from a safe distance. The jump was impressive, but adrenaline is a tricky thing. Please don't try this at home, especially if you don't have an ocean and 20 feet of depth at home. There's not even room for a grain of sand. People lying, sitting, standing, and someone's already lying on someone else, but it's all good. The beach unites. A bird with posture like a runway model, strutting like it owns the private sandy catwalk, just not this public beach. They just wanted to sit by the sea and chat, but the ocean had other plans. It swept away 3 of them so gracefully, it's like Neptune personally invited them to party. When that watery giant comes rolling in from afar, your instincts shout run, and you'd better listen or you'll be drying your swimwear on your head. Not everyone can party 24/7, some need time to recharge. All hope lies in this rock. Yes, the wave will crash over her, but at least it won't knock her off her feet.
And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead.
This is one of those landscapes where the sea looks painted in shades from turquoise to deep indigo. Flexible and agile, octopuses are famous for squeezing through places others couldn't even imagine. She dreamed of beautiful photos by the sea and ended up in its embrace, gentle but unexpectedly firm. They say true love lies in the little things, in care and gestures that speak louder than words. It seems we're witnessing the annual spring migration of corgis. What could be better than a beach run with warm sand under your feet, the sea breeze in your face, and the sound of waves nearby? This dog clearly decided the umbrella wasn't for sun protection, it was her personal flag of freedom. One yank, and now she's racing down the beach like a herald of chaos. This guy even managed to pollute the air even underwater, and it seems even the fish gave him a disapproving look. It's not enough that she's working in a hot costume under the blazing sun, she's also striding across the sand in dizzying heels and doing it gracefully. While some choose spas and warm baths, others go for cold, wind, and a wobbly platform made of ice. The sun can be deceptive. Don't forget sun protection and always remind those you love. Every pool party needs someone who shines brighter than the sun. What could be better than a seaside vacation? Only a delicious meal served right on the waves. This is a place where shared interests turn into strong friendships and unforgettable stories. This little girl is still tiny, but she already knows seagulls can be truly bold and annoyingly persistent.
If you haven't liked this episode yet, now is the best time to do it.
The sea cucumber may look harmless, but when threatened, it can surprise you. As defense, it ejects sticky inner organs or releases toxins to scare off predators. This little seahorse was incredibly lucky. Someone noticed it in time and returned it to the sea, saving it from the scorching sun. Bloodthirsty sharks rarely show up near popular beaches, but every now and then it does happen. Looks like someone hasn't quite mastered the art of camouflage just yet. When the sea isn't just a dream but a reality, in countries that care about people with disabilities, even the beach becomes a place of true freedom. If he's afraid of water, he definitely chose the worst possible way to enter the pool. When you finally set off on your dream cruise and you want to savor every moment and enjoy it to the fullest.
It was so cool! It's hard to comprehend how this is even possible.
Dogs aren't natural-born surfers, but as it turns out, they learn fast and love riding the waves with their humans. Whoever designed that slide either doesn't like people very much or wanted to offer maximum relief upon splashdown. Looks like this manatee decided rain is cleaner than the water in its pond and is now just vibing under a sky shower. The white sand beach beneath her is just a temporary stop. The real destination is the ocean, where she can truly be herself. There's always that one person in the group who ends up in awkward situations. The dog's a hero, but the rescue technique definitely needed rehearsal. It was more of an ambush than assistance. Somewhere in northern Norway, nature paints stories no firm could capture, just a ship's crew, dolphins, and the golden glow of sunset. Bodies of water come in all kinds. Some offer blissful swimming, others, questionable adventure. A curvy beauty appeared so suddenly even the seagulls froze midair. Wonder if the girl's already mentally reaching for a sandal. Some come to the beach to hide in the shade and some to shine brighter than the sun, charging everyone around with energy and good vibes.